Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badhun Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. In a Institute of Global Professional, IGP is a training faculty for skill development, which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to engage one skill just by for informal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learners to respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar, courses, award, competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and wow knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, converse sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for all youth and learner, professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP member committed to offering effective base quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support. You already completed 1667 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support. You already completed 1667 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website, www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched a new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy our feature. With data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join real on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, then you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organizes campus support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly download and prepare 18 types of instant certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of IGP Achievement Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trend in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskilling Organization Leadership. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension Approach. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching Special Program in the Art. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tool in Teaching Mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you have to participate in 1000+ international level quiz with verified e-certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out a 50+ student services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical issue, we are late sending you on this time. It's a date of the collect your previous credential. We solved our issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to check all button and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 1668 webinar, which name is Educational Reform, Entrepreneurship versus Intrapreneurship Education. And today our speaker name is Patricia Gonde. She is from Zimbabwe. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, ma'am, also share a very little bit about her. Head of Academic, Keynote Speaker, Guest Speaker, International Speaker, Eminent Speaker, Panelist and Moderator. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I am fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm all right. Thank you.
Ma'am, the stage is yours. You can start your presentation now.
Thank you so much. Good day, everyone, esteemed viewers and audiences across the globe. I'm honored to be here with you today. I'm Dr. Patricia Gonde from Zimbabwe. I'm also a passionate advocate of educational reform and the transformative power of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship education. So it is my privilege to share with you today an insightful exploration of how we can integrate these two approaches to revolutionize education for education reform, thereby shaping a future that unlocks maybe boundless possibilities. So in today's rapidly changing world, traditional education models are facing increasing challenges to meet the evolving needs of our society. You can all agree with me. So as we navigate the complexities of the 21st century workforce, it has become evident that there should be a paradigm shift. This paradigm shift is necessary to equip our students with the skills, with the mindset, with the tools that they need to thrive in a dynamic and innovative landscape. So this topic at hand today on entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship education, the integration of it is a catalyst for this much needed transformation. So by combining the spirit of entrepreneurship, which empowers our individuals to create their own ventures and drive our economic growth, with collaborative mindset and innovative mindset of the intrapreneurship, which fosters a change within established organizations, we can reshape the educational experiences to prepare our students for their success in the modern world. So throughout this webinar, I'm going to delve on the key principles, the benefits, the strategies of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship, where I'm also going to explore how these approaches can cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset, which can nurture creativity, enhance problem-solving abilities, and foster a culture of innovation within our educational institutions, starting from ECD level up to university level, colleges, and any organizations. So to get, moreover, I'm going to discuss also the integration of the soft skills development, technology, lifelong. So let me not preempt everything. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey, and let us now embark on an exploration of how the integration of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship education can revolutionize education as we know. So, starting with educational reform, as we all know that educational reform in the 21st century means that we need to transform our education system to meet the needs of our 21st century learners. And what we mean by this, we need to prepare our students for the globalized and technology-driven economy that we are in right now. And for us to do this, we need to develop what we call the soft skills. As we know that our students right now who are graduating from high school need skills that enable them to succeed in the 21st century. And our purpose as educators, our purpose as parents, our purpose as stakeholders is to meet these needs of the 21st century learners. So the 21st century learner has witnessed the significant shift of the nature of work with an increased focus on knowledge-based industries, technology advancements, and what we call the GIG, the gig economy. And this means the labor market nowadays is characterized by short-term and freelance work engagements, like contracts where individuals often work on a project basis than holding traditional long-term. So as 21st century learners, the traditional type of education often prioritized academic achievements and technical skills. But however, we are in the 21st century and we are now looking at what we call soft skills such as critical thinking. We are thinking, we are looking at communication. We are looking at collaboration. We are looking at our students able to adapt. We are looking at adaptability. We are also looking at creativity and technology, as we all know that after the COVID-19, where all our students, our schools were thrown in the deep end and we had to do online lessons. So this technology has revolutionized various industries and the way we work today. So what does our education reform mean? Education reform means now we need to embrace technology, which has and integrate it to enhance our learning, their children's learning experiences, and prepare our students for this technology-driven future. So in the 21st century learning as well, our schools should extend beyond traditional school years. Conscientious skill development and lifelong learning have become crucial for our students, for our employees to remain competitive, adaptable in the workforce. And also, I talked about the ability to think critically. It's needed for our students to solve complex problems and to adapt to change. This is needed, and it has become increasingly important, especially in the 21st century workforce. And then, as we prepare our students for the future, we live in a globalized village. So we need that interconnectedness of the world that can make collaboration and global awareness essential skills which are needed. So in the education reform, we should foster that multicultural understanding whereby there's empathy, there's collaboration, especially across the borders. And as we have our students, especially after the COVID-19, some of us, our parents were, that's when they were able to know that, oh, my child is good at this and that. So each and every learner has got its own unique strengths. They've got their own learning styles. So our education reform should prioritize personalized and flexible learning approaches that cater for the individual needs that our students need in the workforce in the future. Going on, we need as well to revolutionize, to reimagine our education. Looking at curriculum reform, there is a need to update the curriculum to reflect the soft skills that I was talking about and knowledge that our students need for the 21st century workforce. For example, we now have got the STEM, the science, technology, engineering, maths, and now we also have got the STEAM. And also as educators, there's need for us to change, especially to have a paradigm shift in the way we teach our students. And these include more of active learning methods, such as project-based learning and problem-based learning. And then whenever we are assessing, we should shift away also from the traditional tests that focus on memorization, rote learning, I can say, to more authentic assessment that measure our students' skills, especially technical skills, practical skills. I'm quite happy that here in Zimbabwe, they've introduced a new curriculum whereby there's formative assessment where we give our children projects that they work on, and that at the end of their grade 7, before they go for high school, they get 30% from those practical skills that they get. We are moving away from the academic, whereby sometimes it's rote learning, memorization. So we need to move on to those authentic assessments, which measure our students' skills, our students' knowledge in real world context. You give a child a cell, or then you say, can we please connect? We want the bulb to light. So our children should be able to navigate how to do it. And as we are living in a technological era, as I said, we need to make our lessons more engaging for students. Incorporating digital literacy is very, very important nowadays. And I'm quite happy that at my school, digital literacy, we teach our children programming. They do Scratch programs. From ECD, they do coding, and then the use of educational technologies so that they are able to use them in the future. Our children should be able to make use of laptops, tablets, and I'm quite said that in some areas, underprivileged, some areas they do not even have these. But if we are working towards equity and equality in education, we need to make sure that we have them. Then moving on to what now I want to talk about entrepreneurship education. What is entrepreneurship education, and how educational reforms can be taken, and then compare the two and see how best we can implement these best practices in our schools. So now moving on to entrepreneurship education, as I told you that entrepreneurship education is practical education that empowers our students' mindset. It focuses on the entrepreneurial mindset, their personal development, and it prepares our students to adapt to changes that can take place in the environment by teaching them to persevere, tenacity, resilience, problem solving and critical thinking, creativity and collaboration, so they can identify problems and find solutions, and it equips them. They are able to acquire skills on how to handle what we call real life problems. So it's like in a classroom, simulation takes place. For example, in ECD, are we encouraging our children to be creative? Are we encouraging our children to solve problems? Are we teaching them about the importance of hard work, about perseverance? Are we helping them to develop a positive attitude and self-confidence that can be seen through entrepreneurship education? And more so, when we are talking about entrepreneurship education, some people call it enterprise education. And it leverages experiential learning to develop those what we call non-cognitive skills. I've talked about the soft skills that promote career readiness through study in the classroom. And when you are talking about entrepreneurship education, we can also say it is a process of designing, launching, and running a new business. That's entrepreneurship. And we can bring it in the classroom. And entrepreneurship, it has got a significance in the fact that in today's society, it promotes what we call job creation. It promotes innovation and economic growth. Those are the benefits of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship. Job creation, innovation, and economic growth. Now, when we are applying it to the classroom, it is the practical now education that empowers our students' mindset. And it can be taught. Entrepreneurship can be taught and it can be learned. And it helps our students acquire entrepreneurial mindset. And these skills that are acquired will help them transition to the labor market after finishing school, be it college, be it university. And these transversal skills are very, very important in their career path. So when you are talking about the entrepreneurial mindset, some people might have heard me talking about entrepreneurial mindset. We mean that those are sets of beliefs, knowledge, and thought processes that equip our students to recognize opportunities. Do they recognize opportunities? In COVID-19, did our universities, our colleges recognize opportunities? Did they take initiative? For example, we didn't have masks. Some primary school children saw that as an opportunity and they were able to make some masks and they fundraised for their projects in the school. Did they take the initiative and do they succeed? Did they succeed in the diverse setting? So students with an entrepreneurial mindset focus their attention on creating value for others. Yes, there's shortage of masks. What are we going to do? Let's make masks and then we are going to donate to those who do not have. And then an entrepreneurial mindset equips our students with skills on how to handle real-life problems. And this type of education focuses on mindset, personal development, and preparing our students for adapting to changes in the environment. And it can be incorporated into the classroom, into the lecture room, by allowing our students to discover, to design, and make. I'm going to give some examples later on how this can be done. And then going on further, we are looking at that type of education which teaches our students the skills and also the knowledge that they need, for example, to start and run their own businesses. I know that in some colleges, some universities, some high schools, even overseas, they've got what we call industrial hubs, where children are attached. Yes, you want to study nursing, you want to study engineering, they are attached to that industrial hub. So it can, so this, for entrepreneurship education, it can offer all levels of education from primary school to university. And what is its main goal is to help our students develop skills such as problem solving, critical thinking skills, which are very valuable for any career. And it helps our students acquire skills on how to take risks. Sometimes you need to take some risks. For example, our children, maybe they've decided to have a lemonade or a baking stand. There they are taught business skills on how to run that lemonade stand. And they want to produce lemonade. There are some risks that they need to take. They want to have a bake sale stand. There are some risks they need to take. They are learning the basics of business, such as marketing. They are learning sales. They are learning customer service. And then we can also expose our children to enter business competitions, e.g., the Young Enterprise Academy, the Young Scientist Academy, where they learn some skills. And they can also volunteer for startups or social enterprises, which challenges and rewards how they run their businesses. And they can also take entrepreneurial workshops. For example, in my community, we have a parent who have started baking lessons with our children. There are so many risks that are taken there. What if a child burns? What if they've bought their ingredients and then the product is not perfect? We are teaching our students to be entrepreneurial mindset, to have that mindset. We are also teaching them that confidence, that self-esteem that is needed when we are introducing entrepreneurial education, because it helps students build the confidence. It helps them to overcome challenges. Yes, I wanted to make this product, but it didn't come out as I'm expected. What is the next step that I'm going? They build upon their failures. We are teaching them about resilience, perseverance. And then we are also teaching them about those leadership skills. And entrepreneurship requires those leadership skills which help our students. They learn how to motivate, they learn how to inspire others, especially if they are doing their projects in a group. This group can help motivate the other group by the way they do their projects. And we also helping, we are managing. They are managing what we call teamwork, collaboration. And also entrepreneurship promotes innovation, as our children are required to think very fast, problem solving. Yes, you've got a problem in our area. There is a lot of traffic in that road. What are we going to do? Can you please think of a project that you can come up with? We are making them think. So it promotes innovation and it helps our students to think creatively and come up with those new ideas. And by then also, it promotes what we call job creation. Even when you are at a school, we can create some jobs for our mothers and fathers, depending on the project that we are doing. If we are doing gardening, yes, we do the planting during gardening club, but we need some people who are going to sell. Maybe we will find out in the community, in the host community, who can help. That's job creation. So entrepreneurship education can create new jobs, and it can help our students start their own businesses and create jobs for themselves and others. So in so doing, we are boosting the economic growth and create a more innovative and dynamic economy. Moving on. So how are we going to approach entrepreneurship education? The World Economic Forum says 65% of our children entering primary school today will ultimately end up working in completely new job types that don't yet exist. Think about where we are going with the artificial intelligence. Some jobs are going to be created in the market, new jobs that are not there, that do not even exist. So we need to equip our students. We need to be on the forefront. We need to be 10 pages ahead and think about it and equip our students with those skills. So we need to look at different pedagogies, for example, idea and opportunity creation pedagogy, which is aimed at teaching our students how to develop, how to seek new opportunity, and how to act on new ideas. We are thinking of entrepreneurship. Then we have what we call the venture creation pedagogy, which focuses on the creation of a venture or a new organization. This is entrepreneurship. You will see the difference later, how it is different from intrapreneurship. Now we also have the third one, which is value creation pedagogy, which focuses on the creation of value. What value am I adding? By making these masks, what value am I adding, which exceeds the scope of the venture creation? So our students can be asked, for example, to create a business venture. Are you going to have a greenhouse? Are you going to grow some tomatoes? Are you going to have you grow some tomatoes? Are you going to sew fashion fabrics? There are so many activities, cookery lessons. Are they going to make some food and sell in the tuck shop of the school? So they need to come up, sit down, brainstorm ideas about a potential venture, and simulate the creation of a company during a course of extracurricular activities. For example, can have a competition, they can debate about it. You can also have a hackathon as well. So there are so many ways we can approach entrepreneurship mindset. It can also include courses which our students listen to, an entrepreneur sharing success stories. Maybe you have got a writers club at your school or your institution. You call someone who writes books a well-known author. You can also start that way. So, and we invite those people, and they can create their success stories. They can also share their challenges that they met, especially when they started their business venture. We can also have extracurricular entrepreneurship education in different forms, lectures from alumni from the school who can come and talk to our students. Maybe what the type of profession that they are in started when they were at school. And we can also call some guest speakers, seminars, workshops, round tables, challenges, challenging competitions, business ideas contests. For example, boot camps, hackathons, festivals, summer courses, and online activities. Such initiatives are often open to all students from the institution that we are in, but also maybe also we can also invite other international students so that they can have a webinar, share ideas. How do you do it in Zimbabwe? How do you do it in South Africa? How do you do it in America? How do you do it in India? So we need to quite often our students need to acquire these skills. There are so many activities that you can do. At primary school level, you can introduce our children to the world of business entrepreneurship. Right now, last term, we had what we call our career day, where our students came in dressed differently in their professional uniforms, and they talked about the career that they would like to do in future. And also we had another one where we had an entrepreneurship day. Our children thought about business ideas that they could think of that would cost not more than $1 because they would sell whatever products that they made to the other students. So these children were only 9 years old, and they came up with some ideas, projects. They wrote their projects down, and we had to look at the project, whether it was viable. And they came in, they had their own store. Each and every child had their own store. What are we teaching them? Business, marketing, sales, customer service. And we also called a bank, a nearby bank in our school, which was able to the children were able to deposit the money that they got into the bank, and they got credit cards. Now they are able to use that money to think of other business ideas that they can come up with and do at home. Now moving on to integrating entrepreneurship in our institution. We can integrate entrepreneurship concept into, for example, existing subjects, and this can be done by incorporating entrepreneurship related activities into our lessons, such as mathematics. Yes, we have got this classroom. We can see that this classroom is not painted. Come up with ideas that we can help out to paint this classroom block. We are bringing in maths. They are going to measure what is the area, what is the floor area, what is the wall area. How much they go into the hardware shops, they go and look for the paint. How much paint do we need per square meter? Those are entrepreneurship skills. We can teach our students in any subject about financial planning. And in science as well, yes, we want to make this lemonade. What do we need to mix so that we come up with this lemonade that you need? They go and do their experiments, and we can teach our students about invention, innovation, and in social studies, we can teach our students about the business ethics that are there. So you can integrate entrepreneurship education in any subject that you can think of. Even in our extracurricular clubs, we've got karate, we've got music, we've got dance, we've got so forth. Come up with innovative ideas on how to do it. And then we also, you can also do it by offering standalone entrepreneurship courses, which are more focused on entrepreneurship education, and they can cover topics such as business planning. How do we plan a business? Like our grade 4s, they were able to come up with projects. At 9 years, they were able to come up with projects that were different, totally different from others. And they were able to do marketing, because we said in the school you have to market your goods. So they made some posters. Each and everyone came up with their ideas. Some made t-shirts that were written marketing their own business. Some made pens, some made some banners. So we also teach financial management as well. And we also teach practical business projects, entrepreneurship, cultural nurturing, or mentorship projects. So with entrepreneurship education, you can come up with these business projects. You can come up with mentorship projects for your students. And then we can also create what we call entrepreneurship clubs and organization, whereby we need to engage our students who are interested in entrepreneurship, for example, in extracurricular activities, depending on the club that they choose. And these entrepreneurship clubs and organizations can provide our students with those opportunities to network with other students, whether locally or from other school, or through e-twinning. And entrepreneurs learn about new business ideas and participate in different competitions. And then lastly, partnering with businesses and organizations. I know that we did our projects on the Suchana project, whereby we were recycling. We had to partner with a plastic company that buys plastic, and every student in the school had to bring some 2-liter plastic, and we were able to sell these, and our children were able to buy whatever material that they needed to recycle the little plastic that they remained with. This is a way to bring real world experiences into the classroom. So by partnering with businesses and organizations, our students can get that first-hand information. They can get that hands-on experience with entrepreneurs, such as by maybe internship as well. Maybe they go to a certain business like we did. They went to that plastic company. They were able to see how they recycled the plastic, and our children were able to do that. And I'm quite happy to say that in Zimbabwe, they've introduced what we call Education 5.0, which also as our state universities, whereby they need to adopt and nurture what we call a job creation model mindset and identify economic opportunities which enable them to come up with projects. And these opportunities are not only uniform, they are only uniform in their curriculum trajectory, but also they teach about innovation, research and development agenda. So you can see there, our students from one university, they are coming up with a project. It's a university, and they've also managed to employ their people from the community. Then moving on, we've got success stories of entrepreneurship education. Our colleges, our universities came up with what we call innovation hubs, whereby they can make some form of products. If it is in the gardening products, but we've got some colleges, for example, here in Zimbabwe, we've got what we call the Midland State University, which was able to make some juices that you can see, and they were able to make a profit of 1.2 million. Not only did they get profit, they were also able to create employment for their parents who were sitting at home, because they would come also and help in the innovation hub. So innovative hubs in universities are a form of entrepreneurship. They provide our students with resources and support they need to develop entrepreneurship ideas, such as co-working spaces, which allow our students to work on their project in a shared space. We are teaching them about collaboration, about teamwork. And they also teaches skills such as access to mentors and who can provide guidance and support. Sometimes you need that support system through the mentors. And it also equips them with business training, which include topics such as business planning, marketing, and financial management. It also teaches them network opportunities. I'm talking about innovation hubs. It allows those students to connect with funding sources, maybe grants. It allows also them so that they can be able to write emails asking for funding. And then these innovation hubs can also be valuable resource for students who are interested in entrepreneurship, and they can provide the support and resources our student needs to turn their ideas into reality. Now moving on so those are the success stories that we have. And these institutions also, like I was saying, that we adopted the 5.0. The institutions, they combine critical thinking, creative thinking, innovativeness, and the entrepreneurial mindset. Like I was talking to the technological know-how, and they can, which can provide national economy and imparting what we call industrial solutions. Now moving on, we move on to what we call intrapreneurship education. Now, when we are talking about intrapreneurship education, we are talking about it involves acting like we're having an entrepreneur mindset within a large organization. It's an organization. You are working within an organization with an entrepreneurial mindset. So you need to have that entrepreneurial mindset. With entrepreneurship, you can start your own business individually, but with intrapreneurship, you are working within another organization, and it is highly relevant in the corporate world as it drives motivation and growth within an existing business. So let's look closely at what it entails. Intrapreneurial education It's also becoming very, very important in the 21st century, whereby we can also, our children can work on existing ideas, existing innovation in a classroom setup. So the global economy is becoming more dynamic and competitive, and there's a growing need for intrapreneurs who can drive innovation within organization. And when you are looking at entrepreneurship education, it drives innovation and growth within that existing business. And it can help our students develop the skills and knowledge that they need to succeed. And entrepreneurial education helps our students to develop what we call problem-solving skills, just like in entrepreneurship. They need also to identify and solve problems within their organization, within their community. What problems are there? We identify those problems. So it includes being able to think. They need to think creatively. They need to think critically, and as well as being able to gather and analyze information. For example, maybe in an institution, there is a problem of water shortage. So they come up with ideas. What has caused this? Why has it happened? When did it start? And where do we start from? They come up with ideas that are there, and then they build on the ideas. Then it also teaches our children to make decisions. And as entrepreneurs, we need to make decisions quickly and confidently. It builds on confidence as well. And this includes you are able to weigh the advantages, the disadvantages of different options. If we take plan A, is it going to help us? If you take plan B, so it helps them, especially in decision making. And then communication. We are building on communication skills, because as they are communicating, they are enhancing those communication skills effectively, maybe with a variety of people within the organization. We know that in the organization, there is a hierarchy that needs to be followed. They need also to know that, including all the managers, maybe the employees, the customers, maybe in an institution, they need to talk to the principal. They need to talk to their teachers as well. So this includes being able to write clearly and concisely. Maybe they want to ask for funding, or they've come up with a project. They need to clearly write it down and concisely, as well as being able to present their ideas in a persuasive way, in a logical manner. And besides that, it teaches them leadership skills. With entrepreneurs, need to be able to lead and motivate others within the organization. You have to talk to the people in the organization. You have identified an opportunity, you have identified a problem. Where do you start from? You need to be able to be a good leader for you to talk to them and motivate them. So this includes being able to set the goals, delegate tasks, and build a team that will be able to tackle the problem that we have. And it also teaches them innovation skills. Then moving on, we are now looking at entrepreneurial education. It is the process of teaching our students the skills and knowledge they need to be intrapreneurs. And intrapreneurs are employees who take an entrepreneurial approach that comes first to their work within an existing organization. They are typically creative, they are very innovative, and they are willing to take risks to improve the organization. So entrepreneurial education can be delivered also in the classroom setup, where we can have lectures from guest speakers, from alumni, like I said, discussions, and group projects. It can also be done through internships in the organization. We have our continuous professional development courses that we have. This allows our students to gain those hands-on experience working in an entrepreneurial role within an organization. And you can hold competitions, the hackathons, like I said, and it challenges our students to develop and pitch entrepreneurial ideas, also creative, to be creative and critical thinkers and problem solvers. And it can also be done through mentorship programs. This provides our students with one-on-one guidance from experienced entrepreneurs, whether they are coming from the organization or we have invited them to come from outside. Then moving on to the next slide, we are talking about success stories about entrepreneurs that I have researched about. I know that the Howard Prize is a global competition that is held in the United States, and it challenges students to solve social, environmental problems using business solution with an entrepreneurial mindset. And these competitions have helped to launch many careers of many entrepreneurs, including the founders of Airbnb and Lemonade. These are success stories coming from entrepreneurship, which happens within an organization. So we also have the University of Pennsylvania, which has got a course called the Intrapreneurship Edge that teaches students how to develop and implement those ideas within an organization. And this course has been taken by students from various industries, healthcare, finance, technology. And then we have got the Junior Achievement Organization, which offers a variety of programs that teach elementary and high school students about entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. And then we have got the STEAM Ahead Organization, which offers a program called the Intrapreneurship Challenge that challenges middle school students to develop and implement entrepreneurial ideas in their school. There are so many of them. The Google Education Program, you can Google about them. There are so many successes about the stories of entrepreneurship education. Now, comparing what is the main difference between entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship education. The main difference is the context in which the skills and knowledge are learned and applied. Entrepreneurship education focuses on the process of starting and nurturing a new business. That's entrepreneurship education. While intrapreneurship education focuses on the process of innovating within an existing organization. I think you understand the difference between entrepreneurship, starting and running a new business, while entrepreneurship focuses on the process of innovation within an organization. And if you are looking at the risk tolerance, if you are comfortable with risk taking and are willing to put your own money on the line, then you go for entrepreneurship education. However, if you are more risk averse and you want to work within your organization, go for intrapreneurship education. Looking at the desire for autonomy, for independence, if you want to have a complete control over your work and make all the decisions on your own, then you need to go for entrepreneurship education. However, if you are comfortable working within an established organization and following someone else's direction, then you need to follow the entrepreneurship education, may be a better choice. In terms of access of resources between the two, if you have limited resources such as money and time, then intrapreneurship education may be a better choice because the organization is there, you are innovating or you are improving on a product that is there. This is because you have access to the resources of the organization, unlike when you are doing it as an individual. So you're accessing the resource of the organization you work for, such as funding. You're using the fundings that is there in the organization. You're using the staff that is there in the organization and the equipment. I like in the entrepreneurship. And for your career goals, if you want to start your own business one day, then entrepreneurship education may be a good fit for you. However, if you are interested in a career in a large organization, then entrepreneurship education might be the right choice for you. Then intrapreneurship focuses on creating new businesses, like I said, and then intrapreneurship within existing organization. With intrapreneurship, one of its cons, one of its disadvantages is bureaucracy hurdles in the organization. That is one of the disadvantages of intrapreneurship, because when you are working within an organization, we know that there is hierarchy that needs to be followed even when you want to make decisions, and it can take time for those hierarchy to follow those hierarchical order in an organization. And also, you know that within an organization there are rules and regulations that need to be followed. So it takes a lot of time. And also in entrepreneurship, in organization, some organizations do not want to take risks. So those are some of the bureaucratic hurdles that are there, especially with entrepreneurship education. And I would like to say all stakeholders, teachers, parents, policymakers, the industries, the host communities should work hand in hand for the success of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship education. And there should be adequate resources. They are needed for us, for you to have entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship education, resources such as financial resources. We are talking about funding here, human resources, who is going to do what, and well-designed curriculum. It is needed, especially for you, and innovative teaching methodology for you to implement, for you to integrate entrepreneurship. And the role of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship education in educational reform. It plays a crucial role in preparing our students for the future, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and problem-solving approaches. Then, the other difference, just diagrammatically, if you want to work for a company, go for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, they are self-employed. If you want less personal risk, entrepreneurship, because it's an organization. But for you, if it is an individual entrepreneurship, it's more personal risk. And then there's less job or autonomy in entrepreneurship than in entrepreneurship, where there's more control, there's more autonomy. And then when you're looking at goals, the company growth and employee wellness is there. In entrepreneurship, there's company growth, there's employee wellness, there are employee welfare. But if you need independent wealth, you need to go for entrepreneurship. So this is what I wanted to share with you today concerning entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. And I would like to say, in conclusion, that I hope we have embarked on this journey together. We have embarked on a transformative journey through the realm of educational reform, exploring the synergistic power of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship education, which we need to introduce in our schools as we stand at the crossroads of the 21st century. it has become increasingly evident that traditional educational models are no longer sufficient to equip our individuals with the skills and mindset needed to thrive in the rapidly evolving landscape of work and innovation. So by integrating entrepreneurship education, we provide our students with the tools to unlock their creative potential, take calculated risks, turn their ideas into reality. And this approach instills a sense of agency and empowers our students to shape their own destinies, becoming drivers of economic growth and job creation. Moreover, entrepreneurship education fosters a culture of innovation, pushing the boundaries of what is possible and inspiring individuals to think outside the box. And entrepreneurship education, we have seen that it equips our students with the entrepreneurial mindset and skill set that is needed to drive change within our organization. So by nurturing collaboration, entrepreneurship education creates a fertile ground for problem solving. It empowers our students to seize those opportunities. However, it is the integration of these two approaches that we need to unlock the full potential of education. By bridging the walls of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship, we create what we call a comprehensive educational framework that caters for the diverse needs and aspirations of individuals. And as we revolutionize education, we must acknowledge the importance of our skills that we have taught. So in this journey of education reform, we have the power to shape a future where our students are not merely job seekers, but also job creators, where innovation becomes the norm, where collaboration and problem solving thrive. So by integrating the two approaches, we unleash the untapped potential within individuals. So together, let us boldly embrace this paradigm shift in education, nurturing the next generation of innovators. And thank you so much, Institute of Global Professionals, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you so much to our participants for being part of this webinar. And let us continue to champion education reform that revolutionizes the way we learn, the way we work, so that our students can thrive in the 21st century and beyond. Thank you so much. Over to you, our moderator.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an awareness certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an awareness certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, our first question is a member questions in Pennsylvania University, including English for business and entrepreneurship. Consider as a small step of 21st entrepreneur in education.
Hello. Yes. They've introduced that English for business and entrepreneurs, and it also helps our students to have that entrepreneurial mindset. And this is, like you are saying, that this is just a small step for 21st entrepreneur in education. As you know that when I was talking about the soft skills, I talked about communication, of which communication is very, very important, especially as a non-cognitive skill that is needed for our children. And it can help, especially for someone to communicate. For me to have a business idea, for me to come up with a project plan, I need to communicate effectively. Thank you. They are inculcating it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Luprim. What are the factors for the success of entrepreneurship?
Okay, when you're talking about entrepreneurship, we need someone who is very innovative. Someone who is able to come up with ideas. Someone who is able to look at the product that is there, for example, and come up with some ideas to improve on the product. And someone who is able to look at the host community. So you have to have someone who is innovative. And for me to be innovative in an organization, it means that that organization should give me the opportunity for me to do that. We have some organizations whereby we've got employees who are not even allowed to come up with new business ideas. So the organizations to be open, to be transparent, and should have a conducive atmosphere for me to come up with an idea. And you need to be creative, to critically think, and to be someone who is good at problem solving. All those factors need to be taken into account, especially when you're working in an organization. Does my organization allow me to do that? Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Flami. Good evening, ma'am. What do entrepreneurs should focus on when starting a business?
Yeah, when you're starting a business, there are so many factors that you need to take into account. You don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to start a business. You need to have what you call a business plan. What is it that you want to do? Yes, I want to sell some solar cells, but do you have the financial resources? Do you have the backup? Do you have the human resources? You need to think of all the your resources, time. You need to look at human resources, labor, and also you need to look at the market. Is the market there? How competitive is the market? If your plan doesn't work, what are you going to go for? Plan B. And when you're going into starting a business, you need to have a positive mindset. If you don't have that positive mindset, you face so many hurdles. Look at each opportunity each and every day. If you fail today, go and improve on the next day. So the business plan is needed, the market is needed, and you need to have your support system as well for you to start that business. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.
Honorable ma'am, before I move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Our website is under maintenance. We will back soon with our website. We are sorry for that, and don't worry, we will take your certificate for all the webinars very soon. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. For some technical problem, we cannot continue the quiz session from our website. So to join the quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the quiz code is 3216188. I repeat the code 3216188. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 31 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is Brown versus Board of Education was a gateway to getting educational reform in years to come. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 is the right answer. 94% people are right here in the leaderboard. John is holding the first position. Our second question is Horaciman champion which of the following educational reforms? Option 1 professional teaching training. Option 2 elementary education for affluent males only. Option 1 is the right answer. 88% people are right here in the leaderboard. John is holding the first position. Our third question is dash a leader of educational reform. Option 1 Horaciman. Option 2 Elizabeth Cady Staton. Option 1 is the right answer. 78% people are right here in the leaderboard. John is holding the first position. Our fourth question is educational reforms. Option 1 free public school require attendance. Protested work ethic instead. Option 2 slaves are allowed at education. Option 1 is the right answer. 65% people are right here in the leaderboard. John is holding the first position. Our fifth question is educational reforms. Option 1 a religious revival that stressed the importance of reform to society. Option 2 a movement for better access to education and better educational practices. Option 2 is the right answer. 92% people are right here in the leaderboard. John is holding the first position. Our sixth question is educational reformer. Option 1 William Lyon Garrison. Option 2 Horace Mann. Option 2 is the right answer. 89% people are right here in the leaderboard. John is holding the first position. Our seventh question is educational reformer. Option 1 Upton Sinclair. Option 2 John Dewey. Option 2 is the right answer. 79% people are right here in the leaderboard. John is holding the first position. Our eighth question is educational reform. Option 1 only rich elite could afford. Second, their children's preschool. Option 2 men, women, and even children dark heavily. Option 1 is the right answer. 59% people are right here in the leaderboard. Valmarova is holding the first position. Our second last question of the session is educational reform movement. Option 1 included to give people individual freedom and they addressed. Option 2 improve public school and make education available to more people live by. Option 2 is the right answer. 89% people are right here in the leaderboard. Bhandroga is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the session is leader for educational reform. Option 1 Finney. Option 2 man. Option 2 is the right answer. 92% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. For finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly treated is skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to evolve other people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the like button, I again want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.